So what all can be done in Admin Studio? Or there are a couple of questions that may come in. So how do we do cache management in Pega? Okay. Or how to trace a agent, how to do a scheduler jobs tracing, how to troubleshoot it, how to identify how many nodes are running in the system. Okay. And how to run the listener, how to stop the listeners. Okay. And how do we identify what all the log categories are available? How do we see like whatever the system settings are available which are delegated to the business analysts, and what all the APIs that are running in the system based on like which service packages associated to which services that we are giving. Okay. And how many connection pool resources are currently running, how many requesters are available in the system who are accessing it, how to trace a particular requester, how many users are using this application. Okay, currently how many are running. So all this type of information you will get it from the Admin Studio. So this Admin Studio will help us to give all this information in Pega 8 version. All right, so prior to Pega 8 this is not available. So if somebody asks about specific to Pega 7, now yeah, I just want to see how it is possible in Pega 7. So then you need to answer this should be possible via SMA. Okay, so this SMA is available system management application. Okay, so this system management application is for how to manage the system. So this is a separate URL provided, and in Pega 7 we need to open that URL, and there we are going to see all these options in a different way. All right. So now coming to this, so basically requesters, you can see how many requesters are logged into the system. And in case if you want to trace a particular requester, so you can use this trace option that is available on the requester. You have multiple requesters whoever logged in, you can see there. Okay. And how many nodes are running. So you can see the health checks as well. And in the dashboard itself, you may see certain PDC and AEC. Sometimes in the interview, they may ask you, have you used the PDC or AES in the application? So PDC is another tool which is plugged into Pega, which is for monitoring purpose. So this is on running on the cloud, and this is separate license, which is taken care. Like this is responsible to verify whether the Pega diagnostic clouds. Okay, so for diagnosing purpose in the cloud, it will run, and to verify certain performance related items, we will use this PDC, and there is something called as AES, which is Autonomic Event Services. So these two are responsible to evaluate the performance related aspects, AES. Okay, so using these two tools, we will use the if it is integrated, then you will see that on the Admin Studio itself. So under the Admin Studio, you will see this PDC and AEC configured, and there is a URL that may once you click on it, it will open another URL, and in another portal it will open where you can monitor the performance aspects. All right, so you can see the nodes running and scheduler jobs, queue processors, and agents. So whatever the queue processor and agents which are configured for that application, you will see which are inactive and which are not inactive as well. So you can start any agent, start any scheduler jobs, okay, and you can trace it as well. All right, so there are multiple options available. And next is pooling resources. So connection pooling is the one which we configure for the service package. So each and every service package might whatever the pooling resources that are running, so those things you can identify with this. And next is listeners. So you have the option to see the listeners that are configured. You have an option to start and stop the listeners, whatever the log categories. So you have different logs, different type of log categories are available. System settings. So this is basically, you can see whatever the system settings that are configured, those are delegated, so that can be updated as well. You can see the list of APIs that are exposed. So you can cross check what is the request and response parameter for those APIs, and you have the option to do a cache management. So you can clear the caches by using this cache management option. All right. So with this, let's go to the Admin Studio quickly. So just a brief understanding on all the items that are available. So you just need to have that idea. So in the Admin Studio, you see under the mobile, you have a manage cache option. So on click of it, you can see this clear cache option is available for us. Okay, so you can clear the cache as well. Similarly, on the overview tab, you can see how many users are associated with the application, what are the nodes that are running, how many agents are available. You have queue processor, scheduler jobs, and the requester pool size, which are currently running. Okay, so as and when it runs, so you will see that requester pools increases. Okay, so if it is not running, then it will reduce. All right, so that way you can click on each and every option that are available, and you can see over here. So that the options that are specific to the queue processor, you can see the tracing option here. Okay, so that way you can trace a particular queue processor or a scheduler job, or else the agents. Okay, and if in case you have monitored the PDC or AES, this PDC quick links will be shown here, so that you can click on it and you can see that in a new window. And there's a log viewer which is responsible to view the logs as well. And next comes the, already we discussed about the requesters, jobs, queue processes, so listeners. So we have the option to start the listener, stop the listener. So you can start a new instance, so you, by selecting the particular listener type and click on apply, so that starts the listener. Okay, in case you want to stop it, you have this multiple options, like you will select it and then you will select here and then you will click on stop. Okay, so that way we can, sorry, click on select here and stop here. Okay, and in case you want to restart it, you will use this restart option, and you can use tracing options as well. Okay, and specific to a node also, you can select on which node this particular things are running, and you can configure, like on one of a specific node I want to run this particular listener, so you just specify it and select this and apply it, so that it will apply only for that specific node. All right, and log categories, as I have discussed about what all the log categories that are available, and system settings, if there are any system settings configured, so we can see those DSS available here. So you can see all those DSS are available. You can update those DSS as well. I think updation is not possible. Only we can view the DSS from here. Okay, and let's go to the API. So here the APIs are listing down all the APIs which are exposed. So we can select a service package and we can see those Pega standard APIs. So all these are the ones which are Pega standard APIs. All right. So we can see our own APIs as well if you have created any new ones. So we can see the service package, we will select it and we will see what all the services that are available with that service package and associated with the get, post, put, delete options. All right, and next comes to the cache management, already explained in the mobile category is available. And yeah, I think I covered all of this. Okay, so remember some of these options, so that if they ask about admin studio, what all the things that you need to do it, you can do it. Then you need to explain about at least some of the options from here. All right, so that yeah, that's enough.